Good evening. So I'm going to do some game prep. I have someone joining me, has some questions about learning Fantasy Grounds, so stream it. It might other people as well. Meantime, while I'm waiting for him, Salt Marsh. One map not happy with from the module basement map that I have here. Pretty nice one for us. Line of sight. The lighting, kind of set up the lighting. Bigger, maximum. Hear that dog grumble upstairs. Grid, pretty good. Line of sight, like mapping has always been intimidated. Fantasy grounds for line of sight. It's a long time to get around to trying it. Surprised one. Really intuitive, although I did have some bumpiness because I didn't realize you could just draw lines, so I was freehand drawing it. That was like chewing up a ton of memory because each point you turns the memories. What you want to do is minimize. Drawing straight lines, then you minimize the points. Keep clicking and it keeps extending it when you want to terminate double click. And in here, got a plot point. One of the players is after the suit of armor on this body. Set that up, so we'll finally get to that. Them do a little side adventure on their way. Wrapping that up. Salt Marsh. I don't know if they'll get to the house. They probably won't. Well, who knows? Fast. You can always remove points if you here. Yeah, the map is old map from the module. Door. One thing about the doors, started need to draw the doors as rectangles, not as lines, else you can't open them properly. He would come one combine when it's plug away until it's ready. Doors. Door. You do it as a rectangle. Put it in. Probably put Wyvern. Although I think you might be glad you're here. Port. Oh. But toggle. I'll let you toggle. Oh, it like as a right. Properly. Points. Good practice to clean it all up because I want to conserve memory. Toggleable. Then I'll. What's up, puppy? You made it down? Okay. Okay, just chill. You can. Dog has got a limp. He's running around on 3 legs. He might have torn his ACL. And the bad thing is it's side that is hip giving him problems. So needs exercise or the hip's gonna see problem, although he's getting more mobility back. 10 years old. He'd half flat retriever, half Australian Shepherd. Australian Shepherds tend to like hip there. Half. He's got like even my cracks in my sight. Build that. Crack in the title. Especially don't want that. All toggleable. And there. Or walls. Bumpies. Other point. Minimum. Texture. Terminate. Island here. Nope. I want to have to import campaign. Doing it as a separate module, and I can import it in, and only for any other time I want. Round 2-1 Sinister Secret Assault March. Running the original is AD&D, but I also have Ghosts from it now. I'm normally running 2E, but IV load up. Load up the resources. Got the universal modules. I can load any rule set. Simplicity. IV. Oh, is this the 2? Oh, I better jump out. Um, oh, he's jumped into someone else's game. Because if you don't protect it with if you have a cloud game, not password protected, then you get a notification from someone chat window. Maybe I'm not in the cloud. Maybe I'm in the game. Pop out. I'm just gonna change the second. I Hey, how's it going? Sorry, yeah, I should have been waiting in the voice. I just thought of it. Yeah, it is, and I've played a bit on Roll20, but yeah, before I started DMing, I made started to load it into Roll20, and I didn't like it, so then I started looking around, and then Fantasy Grounds really appealed to me. Well, the nice thing is it's all encoded, right? So the spells and everything are all coded. Like you don't have to do macros if you buy it on Fantasy Grounds. That's the big plus, right? Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, here's what I'd like to do. So I'm streaming right now, but I don't have your voice on. So can I throw your voice on, like get the Discord chat on too? Okay. Yeah. So there's a there's a Discord stream kit, and then you stream from the browser. There's a browser link you can dump into OBS, and then it'll do the Discord audio. No, I always try and make sure that people know. Like, so I'll stream a game if I won't stream people's voice if I'm just playing, and I'll stream my end, but I won't stream people's voices unless checking with them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I have my Monday game that I do. Like I alternate. I do game prep one week, and then I have a Monday game, which you could potentially join that game. It's AD&D. It's 2E. Um, and so I stream that game. I have four guys that are playing, and what's that? Yes. So yeah, it's Eastern from 7 to 10 is, or no, sorry, from 8 to 11 is when I stream. No, in the evening. Yes. So this is an off week. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. Yeah. It's it's Greyhawk, so it's like lower fantasy. Yeah. No, I've got enough players, but I'm below my max. So I have five, and I was going to go max six in the campaign. So that's my top end. So there is room potentially for one more. I'm using early, like I'm not after like, yeah, yeah. It's no, I just yeah. If you're interested, I can loop you in, and we could roll up a character, and and then yeah, you could join in if you could introduce yourself in the Discord ahead of time. Like what I so like you could see the chat with the other players. So then we could get to know you a bit, and then we I could fold you into the next session. First, they're just starting out, so they just did a little mini adventure, and so they're still all first level. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm using the 2E because they've got the licensed 2E rule set in Fantasy Grounds. Uh, it's the Players Handbook, and oh, here, I can pull it up and then see what. Yeah, I'm not sure. See, I'm an original 1E guy, right? So I was trying to play as 1E, and I have a campaign that I'm running that I run as 1E. I don't stream it because I've been running it like ever since I got Fantasy Grounds because it was an in real life campaign that I migrated, and that's become kind of a Rube Goldberg because I've got Osric I used to do 1E in Fantasy Grounds because there's a free Osric rule set you can download, and then but then I started buying the 2E books and folding them in because they were coded nicely and had more and had the monsters and stuff. So it's become kind of a mess. So this campaign, I decided, okay, I'm just going to start off and run it pure 2E because the rule set is set up for that. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So can you see my table? Can you log in? I Yeah. That's not mine. So exit that campaign and then go back into the lobby and look through the cloud games. You right click and then you can exit to launcher. Another nice thing is you can actually buy the licensed versions of the old modules. like the A series and like T1 through 4 and everything. They're all done up for you. Does it? You look in Prometheus 13? That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's my Twitch handle. So I might have mixed them up when I messaged you because yeah, my Twitch handle's 2128 and then my Fantasy Grounds is Prometheus 13. Oh yeah, I see you've joined. Yes. Yes. My one viewer. The standard. So this is a blank kind of playpen 5e campaign I have. So I'm not running a campaign in here. This is just we can play around in it. Yes. Oh yeah, you yeah. I've got because I also am like writing some modules for the store and stuff, and you make a separate campaign. You can have like I've probably got like 3 dozen separate campaigns that I'm playing around with doing stuff. I know a guy. There's a guy doing D6 Star Wars rule set. Oh yeah, yeah. You want to showcase those? I suck at doing maps. Maps are my weakness. Oh, I just was streaming some of that because one of my friends has dusted off his old Greyhawk campaign he made in Neverwinter Nights, and we were just playing it last week. Very cool. Yeah, Oh, very cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, why don't you just go through making a character is a good place to start. Yeah, you're just outside Saltmarsh, basically, heading into Saltmarsh. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to pretend not to have the out of character knowledge because that's where we're heading for. Yeah. No, here, I can just say hi here. So, yeah. This is the table. Yeah, I have to have the table open for you to join it. Actually, so it's so we're in a 5e game now because I thought you would want to learn 5e stuff, but my campaign's 2e. So, what you could do is everyone's rolled up the characters on the Discord. If you go into the dice rolling channel, you can see. Um, I actually have character generation do it in the Discord. So what we could do now is, you want to learn about 5e, we can play around with 5e now so you can get up to speed, and then we can do the character generation for that in the Discord later. Yeah, so well, that's why I like to do it on the Discord. I'm actually not a huge fan of session zeros, so I like to do that stuff kind of offline on the Discord, and then when you get to the game session, it's all set, and then you can hit the ground running. Yes. Okay, so here you could play around and do a 5e character, though. You could do the character wizard, or you could play around with that if you want. It does not have a name generator. I'm going to do up a character in parallel here. Oh, you need to load the Player's Handbook module, so go into modules and then pull up the Player's Handbook. Yeah, it's under menus. Oh, and I'm sorry. So I've got the drop down menus. Like the standard 5e interface has the buttons on the right hand side. So just don't let that mess you up if it goes to the buttons, because I've got the menus, and you can change that on the client side for if you change the options on that. Yeah. They don't take that much memory. It'll just take a bit of time to download it. And Fantasy Ground seems to take inordinate amounts of time to do some things. So, and then there's some Dungeon Master's Guide player section you could load too. Yes, since I have the Ultimate license, then yeah, I can share it for my campaign. Yes. Yes. Um, that's optional. Yeah, so I own the Ghost of Saltmarsh 5e version too because I wanted to pull some stuff from it. Like the Universal Module extension means you can cross load between rule sets, materials, but the NPCs won't work, but the maps and the images and the story will work, but the encounters and NPCs won't. So you can, yes. No, that's redundant. If you have the player's handbook, you don't need the SRD because that's like a subset. Oh yeah, so my 2e stuff will show up too because I've got the universal module extension. So yeah, the player stuff for 2e is going to show up for you as well. Yeah, you'll have to load it separately for each campaign. Yes. Yeah. You might have to refresh it, but like close that window and open it up again. You mean in the character wizard? Yeah. I think there are extensions that can change the text size, but I haven't played around with that. So yeah, I'm not the best person to ask for that. But if you go in the forums, I'm sure that because yeah, our generation of gamers, there's lots of people who like the big text. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the character wizard versus using the just the character sheet to make it. Yeah, those are handy. I'm 50-50 on it. It's nice. The 2E doesn't have a character wizard like this, so you have to do it more the old school way, but yeah. Yeah. You could just yeah, you could save it from there or you can yeah, buy equipment. Yeah. And I saw you're on the Fantasy Ground Academy like Discord. Yeah, it's really good there. They've got good stuff there. Yeah, it won't let me see your character until you're through this process. Go to the abilities tab on the right. And then if you click on the shield, it'll explain the different things, like the brown shield. That brown dot to the. So, which page are you on? So to the right of position of privilege, on the far right hand side, there's a brown dot, that shield. You click on that, and it'll describe it. Well, well, think about it. It was probably like almost 20 years ago they made this program, so they were looking at this, the screens were smaller, right? Yeah, there's different skins for it too that you can buy or download. Yeah. If you click on the box, you can put a portrait in there, so you can select from the, the ones in the folders, or you can put a custom one into the campaign and use a custom image for your character for the token and the portrait. Oh, and if you notice now on the top left, you see that your character is showing up. That means you're logged in, and that's your character's active. Yes. The 5e folder has the best ones, I think. It's powerful, but yeah, there's a learning curve. Huh. Yeah. There's a D&D 5e. It should be like the second row of the first one if you've got rows of three. How many bags are there? I guess I have some extra ones. Um, so, but is one named D&D 5e? Oh, yeah. Maybe those, maybe those came with me buying the rule books or something that I got those portraits. Yeah. Well, what you do is you tell them to grab that when they log in. Like you just have the characters pre-generated sitting in the campaign, and then tell them, "Oh, pick this one when you get in." Basically, you can't. Yeah, if they're all unclaimed, then just tell them to. Once they click it, then they've claimed it, and then they're good to go. But if someone clicks the wrong character, then the GM will have to release it, so you can clear it. You right click on it, and then you can clear it, so the right person can get it. Like, watch, you could grab this other character that I've made because I don't I made it, but I don't have ownership on it. So you could grab that one too. Like people can play multiple characters. So why don't you try grabbing that one now? Open the character selection, and then you'll see the character I made under records characters. Yeah. Well, you could have them both, right? So you could grab. Oh, yeah, yeah, yes. Well, yeah, and once they've claimed it once, even if they release it, only the GM can clear it so someone else can claim it. So once they've claimed it once, it's theirs. No one else can play around with it. Yeah. They can claim it. So you like now grab the other character, growth. You can grab it, and you can have two characters that you run at once. And then when the person comes back, you can just clear the one, and then they can take it back. Yeah, that's why I thought it would be perfect to stream it. So what you could do is go in the inventory tab, and so you've got some stuff. Yeah, you've got some weapons. So then you can. So you look on your main tab. Your armor class should reflect the chainmail. So AC 16. So now go to the chainmail, and you see the shirt beside the 55. Yeah, click that. No, the shirt beside the 55. Yeah, and you can look at the. Yeah, yeah. So you can carry stuff and not have it equipped, but so you can equip that again, and then go to the actions tab. I flicked it. Oh yeah, so you can carry it or you can equip it and wear it. So the shirt means you're wearing it, and the bag means you're carrying it. Yeah. Now go in the actions tab, bottom tab. So now if you click the dice, that's an attack. So you'll roll an attack if you click the big 20-sider. Even if you don't target, it'll do the attack and it'll just tell you what. You have to double click it, I think. Here, I can put a target in the combat tracker and you can play around with attacking it. Yeah, so I've put you in the party sheet, so you can open up the party sheet and look at it. Might be under menus. Oh, I'll have to change here. I'll change the options so you can see more stuff there. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the short rest. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to play with the columns here. Just let me. No. Yeah, exactly. But it's all like so odd. The automation in this is awesome. So now, if you want to open the combat tracker under menus, yeah, it's your hit points is your total, and then wounds is how much injury. Yeah, wounds is how much injuries you've taken versus your total hit points. So you can target if you go to one of the snakes and do control click on it. You'll be targeting it. Oh, it's I'm on push to talk, so sometimes I let go too early. Um, the combat tracker. So you are there. You see the snakes are should be on it as well as the characters. Okay. Yeah, so from the GM side, sometimes you see things and then the characters don't necessarily see them, so I had to make them visible. Because if there's hidden combatants, they can be in the combat tracker, but the players don't see them there, so they can't metagame. So you control click to select a target. The action tab. If you hit, it'll be red. The text will be red. So just roll till you get a hit. Yeah, in 2E, it'll show what armor class you would actually hit, and it'll show the armor class. But yeah, I guess in 5E it doesn't show that. But yeah, it's actually shown in 2E. So now you can roll damage. Should be next to the, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but it's defined somewhere. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Here, I'll pull one up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking it one step at a time. So yeah, we can do a map now. Yeah. Oh, that's my push to talk button. So that's what I'm messing it up. Let me just share a map here. Actually, no, I gotta find a better one that's a better battle map. Oh, here I go again with these. You see the map I just shared? Yeah, sometimes it takes a bit to load. Probably have to resize it. It's actually from a Pathfinder from Sandpoint. Um, so I own that, and I'm cross-loading it in here. I use that town for my ongoing campaign, the one I translated from real life. I used it as a Sandpoint and used that as a town. I called it Stoneholm. Yes. I just disabled the lighting so you can just see the map. It depends how the lighting's set up, and I'm not sure how the lighting is set up on this map, so I'm. Yeah. Yeah, so you can do line of sight. You can build it in yourself, and let me take a look and see what the line of sight on this is, if it's set up or not. So yeah, there it's I've got line of sight on, so you can only see the room you're in. So but it's black and white for you. Yeah, I see you. I just put a light in there. Does it look better now? Yeah. That might be. So is it? Are you on Groath? Are you on Groath's token or your token? Yeah, it might be party vision. Let me. It might be party vision, so you might be seeing what Groath can see with infravision as well as your vision. Yeah, I see that. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because the infravision. Yeah, those are the snakes. I brought them in too. So you can target them on the map as well, right? So if you drop a die on top of it, like the attack dice, you can drag it onto it and drop it on it. So then you don't have to, or you can control click on the token to target it too, as well as using the combat tracker. Yeah, it was changing on the combat tracker, so it went from Snake 1 to Snake 2. If the shortcut is if you just double click on the portrait, it'll open it up. And another thing you can do is on the bottom you've got like hotkeys. So things like attacks or things you use frequently or maps you want to pull up, you can drop on those hotkeys and then bring them up quickly rather than hunting around your sheet or hunting for them. Just take your attack and drop it on the hotkey you want to use. Yeah, the bottom of the screen, the 1 through 12. So on the very bottom of your the Fantasy Grounds window, there's a bar with numbers 1 to 12. And as a GM, that's really handy because maps you want to use are different things or encounters that you want to use, and you can also switch it over so you can do the normal 12. Then you also have control and shift will each do 12 different ones, so you've up to 36. Um, you have to set them up because they'll be blank, and then you set them up for whatever you're running to what you're going to use. Yeah, I have 12, but then if I do control, like if you do control, it's a different 12, and then if you do shift, it's a different 12. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So if you can draw as a player, so if you right click, you can get a drawing, and you can actually draw to point at things on the map too. Yep. You right click on it, and then you go back to the drawing tool, and an eraser should pop up. I think so. I haven't played around with it much. Huh. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do that. I again, I'm not a drawing person, so I haven't played around with that type of. Go on images, hold down images, and it should show up. Um, or I could share it with you again. Rusty Dragon, you should. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to show it to you because I have it in folders because it's in the from the book for me. But records, images, and then how many images are there? Oh, see if there's different categories. Like, so you probably got all. So see if there's other folders like uncategorized or something else. Look for uncategorized or Sandpoint. One of those two. It'll be an arrow. So you want to point at something, you can draw an arrow pointing. So now I've locked the token. So when your token's locked, then I have to approve all your movement. So then so in combat, usually that's what the GM does. We'll lock the tokens, and then you chart out a move, and then he can approve it or say, no, you can't do that because such and such. So if you want to chart out a move now that I've locked your token, you can see how it does that. And I approved it, so then it just moves. Like if there's a trap on the floor somewhere. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I like it a lot. It's really powerful. It's not that hard to get a hold of, and also the way that the modules and things are structured, it's like hypertext basically. It's like HTML, so because you can link to everything. So you've got your story entry, and you can link to the encounter and the treasure, and everything can be linked from the story entry, and you can just pull it up, and then it's all there, and then you can pop out the encounters, drop it on the combat tracker, and then after the encounter, drop the treasure parcel on the party sheet, and you're done. Yeah, I see. What I'll do is I'll put the treasure, like there'll be a chest or something. They open the chest and I'll just drop the treasure in the party sheet, and then the items are in the party sheet. Um, but I've seen one guy, Sterno, he has it where when a something dies, it actually drops a loot bag, like in Neverwinter Nights, that they can open. But I don't know how you do that. But I saw that. I said, oh, that's genius. But I haven't figured out how he does that. But I'll just take like I'll put a parcel in the party sheet, and so let me get one. I'll put it in, and then something. Yeah, just give me it'll be in the inventory for the party sheet once I find something to drop in there. Yes, exactly. So I put stuff in the party sheet. Yes. Yeah. You have to well, to use a potion, if you're gonna like have them use it right away, you can just apply the effect and then you take it off your sheet. Or if you want to give it to them to hold it, it has to go to the party sheet first, and then they take it from the party sheet. So, okay, there's you just drag it by the shield. So you can drag from your inventory to the party sheet by the brown shield, or you can drag from the party sheet to your inventory from the brown shield that's beside the item. So you want to have the inventory tab open on party sheet and then drag it over onto that. You put in the inventory in the party sheet. So you have to open up the party sheet. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That so it's in that window. I think if you drop it anywhere in this window, it'll drop into that the parcel items. Yeah. What everyone else is carrying or what everyone is carrying. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't yeah. Probably have to refresh the window and it would show that it's gone from you. but there is a little circle arrow there that refreshes it within the window. I tried that and it refreshed for me. Right above the by the party inventory carried by. Do you see that? Or is it just oh, maybe it's just for GM. Yeah. Yes. That, yeah, that depends probably on the DM. So depending on conditions, like if it's like if it's damp and everything, then it's probably a survival check. Like so, you'd use your non-weapon proficiencies um, in 2e, and then but survival's a skill in 5e, so you'd be your survival or something along those lines. But it like a lot of times I'd give that an automatic action if it's normal conditions, but then if it's challenging conditions, then you have to make a check. Well, and again, I do these streams every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks again, we could you could hop on my stream. Yeah. What's that? Oh yeah, I'd be open to that. You're the first person that actually come on. Like I've done these game prep streams and I just talk to myself and prep my game is what I've been doing before. But this is actually much more useful, I think, to people if they come and see it. Exactly. Yeah. Well, the best way to learn is to teach, right? That's kind of the saying, right? I'd probably wrap this and then so for the 2e, just go in the Discord and look in the dice rolling channel and then it's yeah, 4d6, keep one or drop one and then you can do your stats and yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Because I'm going to close this out, but I'll keep my phone with me and I can comment on Discord to help you through it if you have any questions. Yeah, this is just a little orientation for you. And what you might want to do is get. Have you bought any modules or? And you might want to pick up, like, there are some free adventures, but you might want to do an adventure and look at how they're structured with the story and everything. Because really, like, build out your adventures from the story, because then it flows, like, and it really connects everything really well. I find doing it that way. Oh, you're welcome. It makes okay. I'm gonna kill the stream now, and then yeah, I'll keep an eye on the Discord, and yeah, any questions, just pop them in there.